Here we go then. The reverse grid race in the second car choice. As you can probably tell by the image on the screen, it's Blue Moon Bay. Watch for Diablo's rocket start in that Citroen. The Ferraris should also start quite nicely. The 4x4s will probably bog down just a little bit. The McLarens do tend to get away well, so it's going to be Diablo leading us down to turn 1 for the first time. It's 4 wide though. Just go in and there's Warmid, there's Fat Kids. Is it Fat Kids? No, it's not Fat Kids, it's Warmid. Matt Elwood Mutts, P Gibbs involved in that as well. There's those people just trying to get a little bit of a cutback. Myself and the McLaren pretty much at the back, just waiting for other people, I guess, to make mistakes. Tucked up with Maniaf at the moment. Lots of cars off the track actually. Oh, we've got one car spinning. Let's have a look at what happened here. This on board has 91. I think he was part of that. Yeah, so you see P Gib off there, just loses it. You got Robust Hood and Fat Kids battling themselves away. They were the first and second place finishers last time out, making good progress up the ranks as the race gets underway. We'll have a quick grid run cap as we go down the straightaway for the first time of asking. Diablo leads us away, then it's Raffo, Credo, Warmid, close followed by Has 91, Matt Elwood, also getting some slipstream, Robust Hood, 30 Fat Kids, ahead of Mutt, Maniaf, myself in the McLaren with a bit of a gap now to P Gib in the Jag. Raffo though taking full advantage of the slipstream provided by the Citroen there. This is going to be a pattern throughout this race. Slipstream overtakes, kind of the order of the day here at Blue Moon. But overcooking turn 1 is often left with much peril then, as I'm now just going to start trying to make some progress in the McLaren. Sort of tucked up behind Maniaf as Robust to Hood there makes a mistake. What happened to Robust? So he's with Fat Kids. Absolutely no contact, just Robust I think actually backed out of a move. Actually nerfs himself in the process. So that's sort of the sportsmanship we do try and have in this league. It's there's going to be contact, it's touring car style racing of course, so there's going to be door-to-door contact. That's kind of the order of the day anyway, but it should always be fair, so leaving a car's width and not sending anyone off the track is kind of the order of the day. Number 79 McLaren leads the way then ahead of Diablo. McCreed is still in contention, he's tucked up behind that Citroen. He might be getting some tow down the main straight now. And the McLarens, the Jags, all good in a straight line. Myself and the number 3 McLaren then going to try and go for a move on Maniaf down the inside, just try and make some progress forward now. Reverse grid race, you don't want to sit on your laurels too much. In the first lap I just always tend to try and stay out of trouble, so I let other people do the battling, and normally it means that you pick up places. But this time around it's been a pretty successful opening lap for most drivers. As you can see, there's not too much going on as I go for a look down the inside of Mutt 36 and get that move made. So that's myself past the Lamborghini. Another Lamborghini ahead though, has 91. He's tucked up with 30 Fat Kids, so that's going to prove a bit more of a difficult car to pass. And actually coming out of the final corner, I do have Mutt 36 tucked up right behind me, so that Lamborghini will absolutely fly down the straight. And it's too soon to really defend it too hard. I'm sticking in the slipstream with the car ahead, but if Mutt wants to go for the move, he can go for the move. Fine by me, and he does go for that move down the insides, but actually just able to get on the brakes. All the McLaren snaps though. Manages to gather it up. Let's have a quick check on Raffo at the top. Raffo though isn't losing Diablo. Citroen is holding on. The top three starting now just to pull a little bit of a gap. Matt Elwood in the other Ferrari though. He's dropped the attentions of Warmid. Warmid's got fat kids to worry about, so Jag v Jag coming down to the hairpin. Does fat kids get that tidied up? Yes, he does. So very nice Rothman's livery Jaguar that fat kids is rocking though. I do like that. He's now up to P5. Just managed to keep myself ahead of Mutt for the time being. Rover Stud and Piga bringing up the rear. So again, pit stop in here could throw things off to the kilter. It's not the longest pit stop. I think it's about 20-30 seconds, something like that. So it's not ages, but you're not that grip limited here anyway. So just sort of being able to stay out and hold your tyres a little bit. Your front left, your front right takes an absolute kicking. So you can see a lot of cars here just trying not to oversteer the car coming into that first corner. Probably part of the reason why I was getting it wrong a few times, just because I was trying to modulate the steering wheel a little bit. As McCready then gets his way past Diablo. Did Diablo just make a little bit of a mistake there? I want to say he might have done. Yeah, he hit the wall. He hit the wall, and that's McCready nice and tidily way through up to P2. Might give Matt Elwood something to chase now as well in the Ferrari. I do find the second race much more enjoyable to talk about. There's different cars, and yeah, you've got to love a spec series, but you also really do appreciate the different shapes, sizes, the way different cars work, the different sort of tracks that benefit different cars as well. It is much more of an event to talk about. Plus, you get the different sounds. The V8 rumble of the high-pitched squeal of the Ferrari, the V10 of the Lamborghini. Lamborghini versus McLaren, then down into T1 yet again. Just managing to keep it tidy enough through turn 1. McCready then into the lead of the race. Was this it? Slipstream overtake? It was indeed. McLaren of Raffo not really able to do too much about that. McCready in prime position at the moment. So in terms of tyres, let's have a quick look then. So softs and super softs, softs and softs, soft softs, soft super softs. Super softs all round for fat kids, so yeah, he's probably committing to a pit stop. One with softs, soft super soft for Haas, softs for myself, soft super softs for Mutt. Man is, yeah, so everyone, no one's running the medium tyre basically. Yeah, no medium tyre runners at all in this one. So it's either save your tyres, try and drive within the limits, save your tyres, or it's a case of I tapped the wall there, so I actually let them up through. Yeah, or go for the pit stop. A difficult call to make, I'll be honest. Is that McCready defending away to Raffo at the top? Have a look. McCready's still holding on to that P1. Matt Elwood though now has really reeled these guys in. So Matt Elwood's in a good position. Don't forget he was one of the guys that, I'm not going to say lost out last race, he pitted. Just put himself out of the race really by pitting. But it was always going to be a little bit of a gamble at Laguna Seca, and Matt's now in a prime position to start attacking the McLaren of Raffo. Diablo just nudges him from the inside. Diablo does go for that move. No harm done though, does just slow them all up. Fat Kids goes for that move on Diablo. Some good racing here between these 3 different cars. This is what I mean, every single one of these cars has got a slightly different knack and asset to it, I guess, which is making the racing a lot more interesting. In terms of the Jaguars have a really great top speed, the Citroen handles a little bit better. The Jaguar is a little bit more boat-like, so the Jags are going to need to get this move made on the straight. But while ever the Citroen's getting a slipstream from the cars ahead, it's going to struggle to get an impact. Fat Kids then goes for the move on Raffo. Raffo just about gets some McLaren stopped in time. Fat Kids then does get that move made on Matt Elwood's. Diablo's hunting for a space behind, not able to find anywhere. Side by side go the Jag and the Ferrari. Diablo able to squeeze his Citroen just down by Matt Elwood, and that's again good move by the Australian. Keeps himself in that fight. Matt Elwood then down to 5th. Walmid close pursuing there in 6th position. Has91 in 7th. Mutt, who got past me a lap or so ago, gets past the other Lamborghini. I'm going to try and sneak my way through as well. I'm still in P8. Bit more of a struggle for me this one. It's hard getting through the pack. I think maybe holding off on lap 1 isn't always doing me any favours, but it's just what I prefer to do sometimes, as everyone just tries to avoid scraping that wall. McGreeder though able to now pull a substantial gap at the front, so the Ferrari well and truly in the driving seat at the moment. The McLaren in 2nd, Fat Kids in the Jag in 3rd. Then it's a close fought battle then between Diablo and everyone else, I guess, because Matt Elwood stuck through to 4th. Diablo ended up going a little bit too deep. Walmid's looking as well, but is there any room at the end for the Jaguar? There is. The Jaguar Walmid does go through the inside. This is getting really tight now, and it's starting to bring Mutt, Has91 and myself involved as well. So this is looking like it might just start unravelling now a little bit for Diablo in the Citroen. Do any of the drivers that are on the super soft pull the trigger early for the pit stop and just get out of the traffic? It might be worth considering, as I go to the outside of the 2 Lamborghinis. I'm gonna probably end up backing out of this one. Yeah, back out of it and just let the Lamborghini back through again. And there is no point in going side by side through the final corner. Fat Kids then, one of the drivers on the race rings. We do see a car, I think, peel off into the pits. That was Diablo, yeah, so he's going to do that. We'll just keep an eye on Rafa v Fat Kids. It's going to be Fat Kids through to P2, so he's on the soft. He's got to go aggressive though. Fat Kids using the super soft tyre. He has to go aggressive. No choice for him really. Whereas your Raffos and your Matt Elwoods potentially on the slightly harder compound could stretch a no stop out. A third of the way through already, and they're not a third of the way through total grip of the tyre. The problem is, once you eat about a third of the tyre's grip away, your lap times really do start to suffer. So Rover's a big winner out of all that kerfuffle then, as he gets himself up to P7. I've got Maniaf nice and close behind me. Right, so Diablo and Has91. Now they've both pitted, so is P Gibb as well. Now this is, it's not a bad strategy. It's the undercut, and they're on soft, so they can make it to the end. But it gets them out of all this. It gets them out of this slipstream war, so they can go around doing fast laps now. And in theory, anyone else that pits, they'll make net time on them, so they'll basically undercut them in the pit stops. Because while they're out doing fast laps, the rest of us, we're all stuck in little battles like this. Good little fights though, as enjoyable as they are. I'm in a bit of a Ferrari sandwich. I go deep in the McLaren. I try and fight Maniaf at the apex, but it's to no avail, and the Ferrari able just to sweep around the outside then, and that puts me down to P9. So this race for me not really working out so far. I'm just struggling to get the McLaren dialed in. running, I've done a 111, but 112 sort of order of the day for me at the minute in the McLaren, which isn't race winning pace. But with no practice, can't really complain, I guess. So Matt Elwood v Warmid. Warmid, another driver that's going aggressive this time round. Matt Elwood and GT Raffo pit, so we're 30.5 minutes in, so probably a little bit earlier than I would have expected them to pit, but maybe they're thinking of covering off Diablo and whoever else. Myself and Maniaf still having a nice little close battle. Run you on board for a little bit. So we've got two groups starting to form, so the no stoppers and the stoppers. The no stoppers so far being led by Macreeda, and the stoppers so far being led by 30 Fat Kids. So there are 6 of us that aren't stopping so far, and well, some may pit this lap. We'll obviously have a look in a moment and just see who else pits. A little bit of a ride along with the McLaren. Right, so Warmid's going to pit. Macreeda's carry on. Warmid comes in. So everyone else is going to carry on. Right, so Fat Kid's leading the race for the guys who have pit stopped. So a lot of this order is all mixed up at the minute because, like I say, we don't know who else is going to come in. But Robust Hood, after having that off earlier on, he may just have to no stop this and just try and feel the pain of the tyre going. Because he's took a significant amount of life out of those soft tyres, and evidence there really. Oh, Mutt goes off. What's happened to Mutt? The Lamborghini. So this was tidy enough. Yeah, oh, he had to get out of it. He had to get out of it because of Robust, and that just unsettled the balance of the car. That's going to put me through to 4th. So me V2 Ferraris now for what is essentially second on the road at the moment. Maniaf with a nice little move on Robust then. We've all got slightly better tyres than Robust because he turned them into 20p pieces earlier on in the race. Lived through that. Oh, as I give the wall a good old slap. I was doing that whenever I was close to a car because I couldn't really pick my apexes out, so I was just messing it up every single time. So Macreeda's still going. It's still a battle then between the two Ferraris of Robust and Maniaf. Mutt is close contention with myself. And this battle for second now, because I'm kind of still involved in that, is one to watch. Then it's going to be a case of whether the guys that have pit stopped can reel us back in again. They'll be absurdly fast for the next couple of laps. Matt Elwood doing it 11.4, fastest lap of the race so far. Everyone really doing mid-low 11s. Dablo in this group as well, so is GT Raffo, low 12s for him. Has that one on board with this as well, P Gibbs there. So yeah, the battle of the stoppers v no stoppers is where it's at. Macreeda though, absolutely storming away at the top. And this, because we're all fighting, it's just letting Macreeda just bugger off into the distance. So yeah, he's absolutely going away. Oh, Macreeda pits! Now his tyres are in better nick than, well, yeah, about the same, but is this a safety stop for the Ferrari? He's going to come out way behind this battle. He's going to take him out of this, I think, at least for now. He had a really good lead though, so he'll come out, I think, ahead of FK and everyone else. So it's going to be between Robust and Maniaf for the lead of the race. They're going to slipstream over down the main straight. I think Maniaf should just about take it. That he does. Robust then, his tyres really starting to suffer. Myself and Mutt not really giving each other too many headaches right now because we know there's a bigger picture at play. Right, so Mclaren then comes out with Fat Kids. But this is exactly what I mean. So Fat Kids was not that close to Mclaren before the pit stops happened, but because Fat Kids has been able to go out there and lap in the sort of 11s, Mclaren has been out in the 12s and 13s. So Fat Kids has been reeling that time back. In theory, Mclaren at the end of the race is going to be rapid. He's on the super soft tyres. He's got the freshest tyres on the grid. Granted, he's got to get them up to temperature, and that's why Fat Kids has just got him. Once he's got those tyres up to temperature, then Mclaren's going to be an absolute weapon. So watch out for that Ferrari. We know it's got pace, and he's going to have the freshest tyres of all the lands as we come towards the end of the race. Whereas us lot at the top, we're going to be feeling that in about another 5 minutes time. So we're still lapping in the 13s and 12s. I'm just going to 12.8 that time round. That's a good lap for me. I'm now latched firmly onto the back of Robusta Hood. And the Mclaren, you just get a little bit more understeer on the worn tyres, as long as you can just manage that. So I throw the brake balance a little bit rearwards and just dab the brakes on corner entry and apexes just to make sure the car turns. Looks a little bit weird when you go on board because you just see little brake dabs all the time, but it just kind of helps get the car rotated. Does back past Fat Kids then, I can see on the graphic as I just go for a move up the inside of Robusta Hoods. Robust is going to keep the inside though for the next hairpin, but he actually backs out of that. That lets me take the position, so it's now going to be me versus Maniaf for the race lead, unless Robust can keep in. So I need a good exit out of here. I get it, it's about as close to the wall as you want to be. So now the chase is on. So only 4 cars here that are doing the no stop. So what's the gap between Mutt and Mclaren? 9.5 seconds with over 10 minutes to go. Definitely doable for Mclaren and Fat Kids to reel us back in again. Depends how much they start fighting. They could of course undo all that hard work by squabbling away. Looking back from the Samsung Ferrari driven by Maniaf. Doing a fine job so far is Maniaf, and it's just see how much, but the McLaren just so good on the brakes. You can just get it so perked up on the brakes there. Just the Ferrari's really good on initial traction, so it kind of pays itself off here. See Maniaf just able to pull that little bit of gap, little bit of a time, and that just helps him down the main straight. Getting the races on, but it's kind of 2 races going on for us guys. It's between each other, and then it's going to be against this lot. We will try and keep an eye on that gap delta, but you can see it visually as well that they are getting closer. This is happening in the background as well. So these guys are mostly single file. We've got Mclaren and Fat Kids about the closest cars in this little group. So Mclaren there just drift through, is it, round turn 1. We're still looking at Maniaf leading. McLaren driven by myself in P2, Robust 3rd, Mutt 4th. Do like the noise of them Lamborghinis, mate. They do sound good. So P Gibbon has 91 having a little bit of a to-do at the back. So Lamborghini just about staying ahead of the Jaguar so far. Diablo P10 with Raffo just heading 9th. Warmid and Matt Elwood then. Warmid's got a penalty, so he can't overtake. Oh, as Matt Elwood just slaps the wall. Warmid can't take advantage of that. He's just going to have to tuck back in behind, and he plays fair and doesn't. What happened here? This looked very close. It is very close between the McLaren and the Ferrari. McLaren goes narrow, sorry, Ferrari goes narrow. I go wide. I'm aiming for the cutback, so what I'm trying to do here is just get the exit speed on Maniaf. Isn't successful that time around. Maniaf gets a really nice and tidy exit. We're about even through this middle sector. I'm a little bit better on the brakes coming down to the hairpin, but he's better on traction, so unless I'm a lot closer than this, the moves really aren't on. As Mutt and Robus go to work then, so Mutt 36 up past Robus for that P3 position. Maniaf's tyres in much better nick than mine, so I'm killing mine in the McLaren. I do a lot of my tyre wear on braking because I'm just still trying to get used to a new set of pedals. I'm absolutely killing my tyres. So on board the McLaren then. New and improved visor cam, so sweep out to the right. And again, I'm just trying to get that car tucked in. And this is what I'm aiming for then. So if I'm alongside at this point, the corner is technically mine. Maniaf though, yeah, just about backs out, but the Ferrari again really, really good through this middle sector. A really fair race in between us at this point. Although the Ferrari's got much better tyres, so yeah. Looking at it now, it seemed almost inevitable. In the race, I genuinely felt like I had the pace to stay here, but mid corner speed for me was nowhere compared to the Ferrari. It was just much better. Mutt still holding third then. Robus fourth. Look at this then. The gap between fourth and fifth was 10 seconds. Is now 4 seconds with just over 5 minutes to go. Matt Elwood and Warmid still battling away. Warmid has got rid of that penalty as we see Raffo tag the wall. That might let Diablo through up the inside. Has still ahead of P. Gibb. 12.3 that time for Macreeder. These two dipping into the 14s. As it's still myself leading the race ahead of Maniaf. Only just, mind, only just. It's a very small window between us two. Again, you can see the green car there, driven by Macreeder's, getting visually a lot closer now to Robus the Hood. And you would sort of put money on Macreeder being in a position to make a move in a lap or so's time. Much happening here. Well, we've got Has91 v P. Gibb on yet again. It is still go, go, go. The Ferrari's going to have another pop at me here. Let's jump on board Maniaf's car. And you can just get a representation of just how fast these cars are down the straight, especially with the slipstream. So, tucked up firmly behind the rear wing of the McLaren. I'm not getting any slipstream from anybody. Pulls out of the toe. He's going to go for the move down the inside. Late as you dare on the brakes and gets it nice and tucked up, goes for that mid-apex. Lovely overtake actually by Maniaf. Goes a little bit deep on the exit, but I think that was the price he paid for getting it tucked up as well as he did on the apex. Now, so that was to prevent me from cutting it back. And yeah, nice overtake there for the lead by Maniaf. And I'm just going to have to settle for second for the time being. Mutt starting to pull away then from Robus Hood. Macreeder then. So it's Ferrari versus Ferrari. Fresh tyres versus very, very, very second-hand tyres at this stage. And this on paper is a nice easy move from Macreeder just to get him at least on the braking zone. And yep, just drives through. That's visual representation of tyre wear, ladies and gentlemen. Robus Hood is mixing it up at the top of the championship, and Macreeder on fresh tyres has just driven straight around him. Next target then for Macreeder is Mutt. Does tag the wall though. That's going to give Fat Kids an incentive to get that fourth place off Macreeder and go looking for him. Can I reel Maniaf back in? It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. He's got better tyres. I have brutalised mine in a very sadistic fashion. So for me, if I can keep anywhere near the top, I'll be happy. Knowing that we've got Mclaren and Fat Kids coming up, and there's another couple of laps to go yet, so 2.5 minutes, plenty of time for these boys to be catching us straight back up again. It depends how much of a fight Mutt puts up against the Ferrari. We know Mutt loves to defend, but some moves are almost inevitable. The Ferrari here in a good position to potentially get that move made down into turn 1. Is going to be much better on the brakes. We'll make sure we're watching that when it does come round to happen. Just have a quick flick through, see what is going on. Has 91, yeah, he's been taken by P-Gib somewhere. Right then, so Lamborghini v Ferrari. Mutt is defending this position as you would with 2 minutes to go. They're going to be side by side. It's going to be who's got the largest gentleman sausage going down into turn 1. Reader's going to try and sweep it around the outside, and he does on fresh side. Mutt, I think, actually might have backed out with that one. So McReader then through, and yeah, with a time that he's going to get me very, very fast. He's lapping in the 12s even when he's overtaking cars. I'm now in the mid to high 13s, so he'll probably have me by the end of the lap, to be fair. Pretty much keeping my money off though, so not dropping away from money off too quickly. So McCready then, don't forget he had a gargantuan lead, and yeah, just let him through here. I'll get the nice lovely slipstream. This will help me defend against Fat Kids, because he's now trying to get past Mutt. There we go. That's a P3 for myself. Let's see if Fat Kids can get a move made on Mutt 36, the Jag. Just better on its tyres down there, yeah, nice and tidy. Warmid holding P6, we're on the last lap now. Rover stood on 7th, Matt Elwood 8th. Oh, he slaps the wall on the exit. GT Raffo in 9th, P-Gib 10th, and Dablo in 11th. He's battling that P-Gib, but making some places up in the late stages. And then has that one down in 12th. Had a bit of a horror show, lap 23 by the looks of it. But it's Maniaf though, leading the way. Can McCready get him? Will Fat Kids get me? Bet your bottom dollar I'm going to defend this as much as I possibly can. And yeah, Maniaf. Just one more corner to go. McCready's going to be faster through the corner. It might be a drag race to the line then for the lead of the race. It might come down to the very last corner, but it's a Samsung of Maniaf that is going to get it, I think, just. And yeah, McCready fought his way back valiantly, but only a P2 for the other Ferrari. Then myself held on for 3rd, Mutt 4th, Walmid 5th actually. What happened to Fat Kids? Did he hit the wall? Oh, he grazed the wall on the entry, then hit the exit wall, so that lets Mutt through. Walmid goes through as well. Last corner then for Fat Kids, he dropped a couple of positions. But still picks up a 6th place finish. Rover stood 7th on absolutely dead tyres. Finishes just ahead of Matt Elwood. Raffo in 9th, led the race for a short while. P-Gib in 10th, Dablo in 11th, and last but by no means least, Mr. Has91 in 12th.